Thank you for joining me. Today we're going to be discussing the Pilates move, the 100. This is one of Joseph Pilates' original exercises, and through the years it has been changed very little, which is a great testament to the foresight and the knowledge that he had, that through this past 100 and more years since he developed it, it hasn't changed due to advancements in science or technology. So let's begin. We're going to start off discussing the 100, how to do the 100, and then we're going to go into some modifications. So let's begin on our backs. Knees are going to be bent, feet are in line with the sits bones. As with everything, you want to make sure you're in a neutral alignment, so go ahead and take your hands, check that the rib cage is in neutral, angling down toward the hips. Check that the pelvis is in neutral. And if you'd like more explanation on these, I have YouTube videos out there for you, or I have articles on my website, www.custompilatesandyoga.com. So now that we're established in a neutral position, collarbones are broad, we're nice and relaxed, energy out through the fingers. Inhale into the sides of the ribs, let the abdominals sink down, and then lightly tone to keep this, this relationship between the ribs and hips. Exhale, lift one leg up to tabletop, and then the other. Now the inner thighs squeeze. Think of zippering them together. In somewhere around 75% of people, inner thigh engagement will translate directly to the abdominals, okay? So we've got the inner thighs working. Inhale here, head nod, lengthening the back of the neck. Exhale from the rib cage, pivot to lift up. And you want to make sure that you didn't just lose your abs and shoot them up to the sky. Okay, they should be nice and flat and toned. Arms are by the sides. Now, you can stay here if you want. If you want to move on further, next step would be to reach the legs up straight toward the ceiling if your hamstrings will allow. And how to know where you should go. You want your pelvis to be in neutral. You want to have space at your low back. If when I went and reached my legs, my pelvis tilted and my low back arched, or the other way, if my pelvis scooped under, pushing my low back down to the mat, we don't want to do that. We want to strengthen our muscles to hold us in neutral position. So neutral pelvis, tabletop, you can reach those legs up, or if you've been doing this for a while, if you're more advanced, you'll work on sending the legs out on an angle. Again, we're looking to make sure pelvis doesn't tilt one way or the other. We also want to make sure we stay engaged up here at the rib cage. All right? Now, with the arms by the sides, they're going to pump up and down from the shoulders. You'll inhale for 5 counts, exhale through pursed lips for 5 counts. So it'll be inhale, exhale. Okay? Inhale back to tabletop to come out of it. Exhale, upper body lowers, then one leg, then the other. So the whole time we set up, we're using the abs. Even at the end when we're almost technically done, we're not letting go of the abs. We are still using the abs. Okay, so that is how to do the 100. Just for fun, we're going to cue up. We're going to all do a set together, and then I'm going to go over some of the modifications. All right? If you have a neck injury, please don't lift your upper body. If you can't keep your pelvis stable, please don't lift your legs. And so what that would look like if I had a neck injury, okay, I'd get my legs lifted, my arms would be here, I'd do this. I can still have my legs go straight. I can still have that challenge. I can still possibly reach them out on an angle. It's really up to you and what your body allows. Now, if your pelvis is unstable, keep your feet on the mat Arms reach by your side. You'll inhale to lengthen, let everything drop down toward the spine. Engage the abdominals to hold it there, head nod. Now from the ribs, upper body lifts. Arms are here. You want to be mindful that you don't pull forward from the neck, okay? So you keep a nice long line from the top of your head to your bottom rib. Your spine is in a nice line as your arms pump by your sides. Now when the arms pump, they should not come up higher than your rib cage, and they should not go down and touch the ground. We're not doing this or any weird thing. Also, movement from the shoulders, not from the wrists, okay? We're not flapping there. So here we go for the 100. You go to what's appropriate for you. Nice long spine, check yourself, make sure you're in neutral. Inhale into the sides of the ribs. Exhale, lift one leg to tabletop and then the other. Find those inner thighs, press your knees toward each other, no gripping in the hips. Inhale into the sides of the ribs, tuck the chin slightly. Now from that bottom rib, exhale, everything lifts. And we reach the legs if we'd like. Here we go. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Exhale. 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 If the legs are getting heavy, move them up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, lower the upper body, set one foot down and the other. Great. Now when you do that and your muscles do finally relax, you should find that you do not have a lot of movement from your pelvis or from your spine. You should already be in neutral. Now, so we're going to discuss some modifications for the 100. With the 100, if you find that you're having issues keeping a stable pelvis, if you have had a low back injury in the past, a nice option for you might be using a hand towel. And so what you'll do is you'll take this hand towel and it's just folded in half, and we're gonna place it in the low back. Okay, so my whole lumbar spine is on there. That towel goes right to the top of the back of my pelvis, but it's not down onto my sacrum. I'm really focusing on having something that my low back can press into. So just to show you what that would look like, I'd be in this position. I'd activate my muscles drawing in toward the spine. Inhale into the sides of the ribs. Exhale, lift one leg to tabletop and then the other. Inner thighs engage. Inhale into the sides of the ribs, head nod. Exhale, lift. And so as I do that, something's filling that space in my low back, and it actually gives me something to press into, and I feel it a little bit deeper in my abdominals. It really does kind of dig a little deeper and help you strengthen. So that's a good thing to try. Also, if you're looking for something to spice up your 100, try when you get into position and you go to do the 100 and the legs are reached out. When you're going, inhale and bring the legs in for the 5 count, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. The goal with that is that you are always moving, that the legs are coming in and then they're reaching out. So it's not, my legs are in, my legs are out. You want to make it nice and smooth and really use that time. Also, if when you do the 100, your neck gets grippy, just make a decision that on your inhales, let's say you'll look right. And so you turn your head one direction, and then when you go to exhale, turn your head the other direction. Sometimes when we do this, it will help kind of give the neck muscles something to do, and then they'll stay out of it and they'll relax and they'll let you go ahead and do your ab work. Now, something else you can do if you want to deepen that connection between the inner thighs and the abdominals, you may take a small ball, this is very cushy, very soft, or a yoga block, and place them either between your calves and reach, or between your inner thighs and reach. Okay, I'm going to show you with this ball, because the ball is round, it will move more, it will be more unstable, you'll have to work a little bit harder. So what you want to do is you want to decide where you want your ball first. Nice long spine. Inhale into the sides of the ribs. Now obviously when I exhale and lift, both legs have to come up at the same time. Okay, so I'm recruiting extra hard for those abs. Exhale to get that lift. Inhale into the sides of the ribs. Head nod. Exhale, that bottom rib pivots to lift me up. My legs reach out. I'm squeezing, and see if one leg squeezes more, I'll have this sort of rock back and forth. We don't really want that unless we're specifically making that choice, because you can totally have it where the legs cross and the ball comes to center and the legs cross. You can do that if you want. But if you're just working to have those legs pressing into the ball, make sure you've got even pressure. All right, another tool that can be used is the fitness circle. Now, with the fitness circle, you have a couple of options. You can place it between the ankles, but when you go to reach your legs up, there's quite a bit of space there. And see, there's my turn. That's how much space we've got going on. So likewise with the small ball, you can also have that rotation. You can also put the circle between your inner thighs. Now your legs are out here for the 100, which I'll rotate. Woo. So that's quite a bit of space. That can feel very uncomfortable. I prefer to use the small ball just because it feels more accessible. But there's another thing you can do with the circle. You can get your legs inside. You can have the circle on the outside of your ankles and reach up. Now you're working your outer thighs and your hip stabilizers, which we haven't done yet in terms of using a prop for the 100. So this really brings a different feel to the 100. So if you're looking to just change things up, to have your 100 be a little bit different today, you might try doing that if you have a fitness circle. And the last prop I want to show is a fitness band. All right, so TheraBand or a fitness band, however you want to think of it, you'll loop the band around the balls of your feet, lie down, and you want to have the band in your hands by your sides. It has to start off like this first. Inhale into the sides of the ribs, head nod, exhale. As you lift up, let the arms straighten, let the legs reach, and then as you work and do the 100, you're challenging your scapular stabilizers as well as really isolating the abdominals. So I hope that those variations of the 100 will bring spice to your abdominal workout. And if you have any questions, you can always find me on my website, www.custompilatesandyoga.com, or also find my YouTube channel. Thank you.